Alright, I'm back. Didn't go out looking for a change today and got out a bunch of points. Got some big frames and got all the stuff from certain sites and frames. This is one of 3 frames this large off of one site that I've hunted for 30 years. You can look. I'll start down in here at the bottom. These are some of the best serrated points. They're Amos Corner Notches, and the radiocarbon dates on them off several sites that are local to me are 9,900 BP. These up here are the larger knives associated with the site. They're like a Cobb's knife, but they're different. This is the cutting edge, and these back ends are ground. Here's a big Crooksville Chert one with the classic orange spots on it. That's a really nice one. Real nice work on the edge. You can see the orange spots on it there. A lot of the points are Crooksville too. Here's a real big one. And this is ground all the way from the tip all the way around on this curved edge. And right there's the cutting edge. And that could have been hafted into a bone. I'm not sure how these were hafted, but these are cool. This is the last one of them I found. I found this earlier this summer, in probably May. Here's another curved one like that, with the real nice cutting edge and the ground curved backside. You can see all of them here. Most of the tan ones are Crooksville Chert. Here's the type drills up here. This one's from this year, and it's arguably the nicest one. It's a dandy. But you can see all the other ones there. There's some 2 Crooksville Chert ones that are definitely made out of points. You can still with the barbs on them. These are pretty nice. This is a big frame, and there's a lot of points in here. And I have 3 more of this size all off this site. Look at these. Damn. Like some of these are just, you won't see better points for this size. Most of them are between 1 and 2 inches. But you can see some of the knives are huge. This is Crooksville Chert. It's not broke. It's just got one. Crooksville has some bad spots in the flint, and this piece just leached out. But you can see the cutting edge on that and how big and nice that is. It's not broke. It's just natural erosion on the piece. This is a real good one. Real nice edge on it. Here's all the hafted shaft scrapers. These Amos people made these hafted shaft scrapers. Here's one that's made out of just a classic Amos base, uniface, and almost all of them are uniface on the backside. Several of them are made out of points, but most of them are uniface. Like you can see, that's just like a flake on the backside, and that's classic for what they are. Here's another one. This is a damn nice one there. I have all my caches from this site in another frame, and I'll do that in a couple days, show them. They're incredible, the caches. Blades that are all like this, made out of all one block of flint. And then I have points made out of the same block that were found right around the cache. This one's a dandy right here. That's Crooksville Chert, that real serrated one. They made some of these double notch latent points as well. I'll show you what this type of point evolved from. I've got the other points they evolved from in another case. There's not many of them. They all just turned into this, and they started using these. And it's by a water source. They're serrated. I should say these were used for fishing. You can see the barbs on them. especially like this. I'd say these were like harpoon tips. To grab a fish, there was sturgeon in the river then. I'd say they stood there with long spears and harpoon fish and pulled them into shore. That's my theory anyway. And a lot of these drill pieces were used. There would have been lots of shell. I'd say they were drilling shell and wood and stuff with them. And lots of these shaft scrapers. I have more of these. Here's one out of just classic Crooksville Chert. You know, they were making smoothing arrow shafts with these and shaping them. And then they were putting these points on probably long spears, like I said, and harpooning fish. And I think some of these serrated edges were used for filleting fish. You know, what would be better than this to fillet a fish? You just use the tip to slice the belly open and saw right through it. This is arguably the best drill off the site. It came from the very extreme north end of it. My dad found this one 15 years ago maybe. Been looking for a long time to get this many. Here, I'll do it back out. You're not going to see these again. They're going up. But I added all the ones I found this year in here. Let me see. Found this knife this year up here. This drill. Let's see. This one here, that's that blue one I found in my video. Let's see. I found a good many this year. I can't think, most of them might be in the other case. Found this one up here. That'd be in the video G10 Palmer, but it's an Amos. This one this year. There's some tan ones that I found. I don't know where they're at. Here's one of the ones I found right beside each other. It's in the video Killer Crooksville Chert Arrowhead. It's just classic Crooksville. Here's the other one from the same day. Let's see. Here's this little gray one with the exaggerated serration that I was talking about in the video I just put on last with the bird points. This came from that site, which is different from the majority of the stuff here. These points are all along the Ohio River. They show up sporadically on other sites. I might have one or two of them in some of these frames that are off another site, but the majority of them came off one site. And it's about cached. I've been there 4 or 5 times in the past 2 months and I haven't found a damn thing. But that's the way it goes, I guess, sometimes. It used to be good back in the early days. Here's one I found in my screen this year. Type drill. Here's another, this is the serrated Crooksville Chert point I found on video this year. That's a good one. Was happy to get it. But you know, I need to start looking some other places and get some other frames together. I have a frame about this big of pentagonals all off one site in table rocks. I have the pentagonals on one side of it and the table rocks on the other, and I found every one of them on the river on 2 separate sites that are pretty close. I'll run over these one more time and let you take a look at them, and then they're going up and you'll never see these again. Probably see them in a museum one day, because that's where I'll leave them. The only thing I don't have in here that's part of these people's toolkit, you can see the knives here. These are the knives they used and made. This is what they look like. The Amos Corner Notches are the end scrapers and small flake knives. Most of the end scrapers are about this big to about this big. And here's the Hafted shaft scrapers. I don't have many of them. I have a couple more in another frame, but that's all I've got from 30 years. But they're out of the same layer as these points. made of river pebbles, Crooksville Chert, black canola flint, maybe a few are Coshocton flint, and maybe a few are Zaleski. And that's what they were using to make them too. They like Crooksville Chert a lot. A lot of these tan ones are Crooksville Chert. So, there you go. I'll get back in a while when I go out looking again and find some more points. Later. Alright, here's the second frame of stuff I got together off this. It's all off one site, except maybe one or two that were sporadic finds on other sites. These are all Amos Corner notches. Again, they were radiocarbon dated at 9,900 before present. So they're pretty old points. We'll go through here. These are all personal finds. Everything in here over the last 30 years. These are both Carter Cave end scrapers. It's not common on the site, but I do find it. This is a Layton. These points coincide with the Laytons. I have several Amos Layton hybrids. Boy, this is a dandy. Look at that. There's a Crooksville Chert knife form. Here's a Flint Ridge tool off the site. But right here in the middle is one of the caches. All these blades are made out of one piece of flint. And you can lay some of the, right there you can see that lightning line. You can see, well, it would have been that way. The lightning line runs through some of it. It's the nicest cache I've ever found. And it had a point with it. And right there it is. Same material, and it's like a drill tip on it. I was crapping. I found all these in one day, sifting. All in one area with the point. And I think these points probably, these serrated points, evolved from these. These are on the lowest level of the site. These concave base side notches. You can see them here. Here's several off the site. They all look similar. The real concave base, like a big sandy looking type deal, or they kind of look like Hardaway Palmer, some of them, with especially like that one. But that's what I think personally these serrated points evolved from, was these. Here's the hematite celt I just found. Got it together with some other hematite celts that are all off this site. Here's the best one that I found for a while. That's a nice one. Not that big. All of them are about the same size. Here's another one. Here's a tiny one. And I have several that are even smaller than this one. It's a pretty good one here too. And there's another one. All made of tool grade hematite. These two have been used a lot, but these ones are all pretty nice. Here's a hematite cone. It's off the site. That's nice. That's really nice. Whoa. Don't want to do that. Get down through here. This stuff's all off this site. Over 30 years. I have one more frame of these. It's equally as good as these. So there'd be 3 frames and then maybe a shoe box full of broken ones. Tips and stuff like that. You know, I keep all that stuff. And you know, I have a few broken ones in here, but I keep them because they were found associated like with another point. That one was found right by this one in a layer, so the same guy probably made it. That's why I have it in there. It's damaged. Only a few of these are damaged. But there you go. A rare look at that cache. You'll never see another one made of that material. Well, this is going to be it for tonight on the videos. I wanted to get this stuff all organized and shown. You haven't seen a lot of these points. And I found almost all of them. My dad's found maybe I don't know, 10% of them. He hasn't looked for a long time. But I continued to look, and we have a lot of them. So there you go. Hope you enjoy. Later.